AD, or the 8 disciplines of problem solving, is a problem-solving methodology designed to activate containment actions, find the root cause of a problem, devise corrective actions, and implement a long-term solution to prevent the same problems to reoccur. When you find out that a product is defective or it is not meeting your customer expectations, an AD is an excellent tool to address the issue effectively. This problem-solving methodology was developed by Ford Motor Company in the 1980s, and it proved to be so effective that it was adopted by Ford as the primary method of documenting problem-solving efforts. Nowadays, Ford continues to use AD and demands suppliers to document their problem-solving using the AD methodology. AD has become very popular among car part manufacturers because it is effective and reasonably easy to teach. In this video, you will find out the theory of this tool and some practical examples. AD consists in specific sequential steps for proper addressing the problem. D0. Prepare for AD. Preparation for AD consists of having a basic understanding of the problem. At D0 stage, the AD leader needs to think about D1, D2, D3, and D4 in advance. Therefore, the AD leader needs to think about the team member who could be part of the solution, how to describe the problem that this team will understand, what kind of containment action could stop the problem to extend, and some tools for a proper root cause analysis. D1. Establish a team. The team must consist of people who understand the problem and might add value to the problem-solving methodology. However, the 21st century approach is to think about the skills needed to solve the problem rather than individuals. This means team members could add value in multiple skills. Think about leadership. This person needs to know AD methodology and must have the skills to lead and centralize all activities. Sponsor. This person influences change. Therefore, this person has the needed leadership and authority to provide resources to make things happen. The identifiers. These persons found the problem. The product experts. They know the most about the product. The process experts. They know the most about the process. Data hero. They know how to manage data and create graphical representation of information. Blockers. They might prevent the product to leave the premises. Recaller. They would address actions to recall the product at the clients. Generators. They might be the root cause generators. As optional, think about the foreigner. This person doesn't know much about the process, the product, or even the problem. Therefore, this person might think out of the box. Notes taker, person who does a proper documentation of all findings and actions. Seasoned problem solver, someone who has done this multiple times in the past. As mentioned, team members could take multiple roles. For example, the product expert could be also a data hero. Or for example, the blocker can also be the recaller of the product if needed. Teams too small or too big could mislead the investigation. Make sure the leader feels supported by the team. D2. Describe the problem. As mentioned in D0, a problem description needs to be drafted even before the first meeting. An excellent tool to describe the problem is 5W1H. What, why, who, when, where, and how. The what element should clearly describe the situation of the specific problem. The why describes the reason the problem is a problem. The who refers to the specific people or group who discovered the problem. When was first identified the problem. The where element should contain the exact location or position of the recognized issue. It can be a place, facility, or even a certain process where a solution is to be implemented. The how as the last element of the method, specifies how the problem was identified. Asking these questions enables the team to get to the bottom of things by systematically structuring thoughts and emphasizing important information. Consequently, this can help recognize potential issues and possible solutions related to the scenario. Let's see a couple of examples. Example 1. Food shop problem. What? A client complained about the order delivery and wants her money back. Why? Because the fries are too salty. They are uneatable. Who found out the problem? The manager of deliveries. When was the problem identified? Thursday, September 22nd at 12:41 hours. Where? The delivery was sent to address 10 Downing in London, UK. How was it identified? Via phone call. Example number 2. Fire in mixer 1. What? Fire in mixer 1. Why? This is a major safety issue. Who found out the problem? The mixer operator. When was it found? The Tuesday, November 1st, 2022 at 21:52 hours. Where? Mixer 1 at the batch off area. How? Direct observation. D3. Containment actions. Now that you have described the problem, it is time to stop the bleeding. Containment actions are temporary actions to protect the customer and prevent additional client complaints with same problem. In the example number 2, the team needs to shut down the fire before investigating the root cause. In the other case, the team needs somehow to stop the deliveries until you can guarantee the next batch of fries according to the quality standards. Containment actions could include recall of the products already delivered to the clients. In the case of the fries, containment actions could include calling the delivery man and bringing back the product. This decision will be made by the cross-functional team. Containment actions are temporary, however, they need to be addressed before further investigations. Containment actions could be expensive and time-consuming. However, they are key to prevent the extension of the problem. D4. Root cause analysis. The goal here is to identify the main cause of the problem, as well as the cause of the non-detection of the problem. So you and your team need to identify the root cause of the problem itself and the root cause of why it was not detected. Some of the methodologies for root cause analysis are Pareto, 5 Whys, Ishikawa diagram, convergent diagnostics, escape point, etc. The method you decide to use will depend on the data you have. For instance, if there is data, having a Pareto and graphical representation is a must. If there is no data, it is recommended to begin with 5 Whys. If this method is not sufficient, go for the Ishikawa. There is a whole range of root cause analysis methodologies. Subscribe and find some root cause analysis tools for your consideration. If root cause is well identified, the team could activate and deactivate the defect. D5. Develop permanent corrective actions. After root cause has been found, a detailed action plan has to be put in place. Again, 5W1H approach is a good way actions are clear with specific dates and team members accountable. When an action plan is written, specify the what, beginning with a verb, clear and specific. Explain why. Even if it sounds too obvious for some team members, this helps to clarify the reason of the action. Define who will do the task. The action will not be done by a department or by a function. The action must be addressed to a team member. Therefore, the who is a name. The date of the action has to be specific. It cannot be next week or next month. Next week could be Monday 6 a.m. or Sunday 11 p.m. So again, the date has to be as specific as possible. The where is the place of the action will be done. Once again, be as specific as possible. Developing the how also clarifies exactly the expectation of the action. Do not spare efforts developing the action plan of the corrective action. This will be key on the problem solving and the success of the team. D6. Validate permanent corrective action. Validate the corrective action is essential to verify if the same is adequate or not. It is to guarantee the countermeasures are sufficient to prevent the problem to reoccur. To do so, you first need to verify if the process or the products are working okay with the countermeasures taken. If step 1 passes, a way to validate the corrective action is to recreate the problem. For instance, remove the countermeasure and verify if the problem reoccurs. As mentioned in D4, if the root cause is properly identified, you could activate and deactivate the problem. If the phenomenon recreation still creates the problem and escapes the system, you must check your corrective action. So, validating the corrective action is try to create the problem. If it is caught, you succeeded. Otherwise, you need to go back and investigate why the countermeasure is not sufficient. D7. Preventive actions. In this case, the idea is how to make horizontal deployment of the lessons learned. Basically, understand how the root cause can happen in other product, processes, locations, departments, you call it. The actions are share the problem solving with the rest of the organization, update control plans and FMEAs, update work instructions and standard operating procedures, review similar processes and products, check if some preventive actions could be done in advance, perform horizontal deployment of the lessons learned or to other products, processes, locations, departments. D8. Close problem and recognize contributors. Teams require feedback to allow for satisfactory closure. Recognizing both team and individuals' efforts and allowing the team to see previous and new state solidifies the value of the AD process. Activities in D8 include archive the AD document for future reference, document lessons learned on how to make problem solving better, before and after comparison of the issue, celebrates of self-completion. To wrap up, AD is a problem-solving methodology designed to activate containment actions, find the root cause of a problem, devise corrective action, and implement a long-term solution to prevent same problems to reoccur. If you would like to see more problem-solving methodologies, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and leave me a comment. Let us know what you're working on and what would you like to see in this channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon.